Hey everybody, welcome to 307 Country. I think we're gonna try working on this sled a little bit this afternoon. Um, got the recoil changed so I can start pulling on it a little better, and it'll fire once in a while, but it's hydrolocking. Pull the plugs out. I mean, it'd blow fluid all over. Pull the exhaust off. You know, it's got fluid all up in the exhaust port here when you roll her over. What I discovered is it's got a lot of, I believe, gas and everything else down in the crankcase, so it's hydrolocking. So what I'm going to do is pull the reed cages off. I've already got the carburetors off. I was going to clean those out. Let's do a little tear down and diagnostics and see what we can come up with. See if there's a way we can keep it from flooding out is what it's doing. Let's pull the reed cages off, see how much fluid's in the bottom of this thing. All right. When I pulled the hood off this, the hinges broke on it, and or the front bumper where it hinges is broke, so it needs a little work. Pull those clamps off. It'd be a lot easier if I could throw the impact on here, but actually I do have a 3/8 air ratchet, but that thing's so noisy you wouldn't want to listen to that. Went up to Old Calamity Girls this last weekend, and got a snow machine in and out of there. And her son has a really nice sled. Well, for what I'm used to riding, it's really nice. And man, I'll tell you what, I tore up some snow on that. It's only like a 3-mile ride in and 3-mile ride back out. We had to shuttle back and forth a couple times, but I tore off the trail and went out through some powder. Had my girlfriend's daughter riding double with me. She wasn't real impressed, but it was fun. Carving up some nice powder. It'd be nice to get this thing running before all the snow's gone. With it warming up, it's going to get a little different riding. That powder's not going to be as soft anymore. We'll get a hard crust on everything. Which in a way, spring riding's fun because you can go a lot of places that you couldn't go during normal season, because everything's a little bit harder. Climb stuff you couldn't climb before. Get yourself in a lot more trouble. I've climbed up stuff in the spring that I wished I wouldn't have. That is for sure. This thing's got plenty of compression. The pistons are a little scored on this exhaust side, but right now I'm not going to do a total rebuild on this thing. If I could get it running and get it to where I could ride it for a little bit, it'd be fun this year and see what happens next fall. Last time I rode this, I was out with a bunch of friends, and wound up hitting, I think, a root or something off the edge of a tree, right just off the edge of a trail, and completely smoked this right lower A-arm on this thing. So it needs a new A-arm. It needs a lot of stuff. It needs a lot of work. It's kind of tore up. We bought it used off a guy that, I think he bought it used off somebody else too. I don't think he rode it that much, but you know, like I say, the front bumper broke where the the hood hinges, and so I just got that completely off right now. It's in rough shape, but now I dropped the bolt. I have to get my magnet out for that. Reeds don't look too bad. There's a lot of fluid in there. Nothing. So, kind of a new thing. Would be nice to get this running, just take one ride on it this year, see if it lasts. Even if it's just dinking around next to the road somewhere where it does break down, I wouldn't have to worry about having somebody come and rescue me. I'll tell you, everything in here is just soaked. I mean, you can see all that fluid in there. Just, I don't know. First I got to figure out how to get all that fluid out of the bottom of that crank. Now let's see if there's a way to drain that somehow. Get a shop vac with a tube on it or something and figure out how to reach down in there and suck it all out. But literally, like, I'll bet the bottom of that crank is halfway full of fluid. So obviously the fuel was draining down into the bottom of this thing over the last however long it's been sitting. So anyway, folks, that's it for now. I'll bring you back when I learn a little bit more on this thing. All right, everybody, here's the story on this thing, and I've learned a little bit. This is a fuel injected engine, which I didn't know that. So I've cleaned the throttle body up a little bit. Just sprayed it down with some brake cleaner and kind of got it cleaned up a little bit. The oil injection pump, the cable running from the throttle body down to the oil injection pump, the sheathing's broke on it, so it doesn't actuate right. Basically, when you run throttle to it, it won't return, so it's actually probably pumping too much oil. It's going to be way rich. I'll get a new cable put on that, like I was saying before. But I had all the reed cage and everything off on this, so I showed you that. And what I did, I got a suction gun and sucked all the fluid out of the bottom of the crankcase, and there was probably, I don't know, a quart, maybe a little more, 2 quarts of gas and oil down in the bottom of that. Sucked all the gas out, put clean gas in, and put it all back together. So let's see if it'll fire before I go any further. I don't want to put it all back together if I still got to take stuff apart, which I'm gonna have to take some stuff apart to get that cable changed out, but I need some room in the shop, and so I want to get this at least put back together for the most part and out of the way for now, and then when I get the cable in, I'll haul it back in here and change that cable out. So let's see what happens when we pull it over now. I got a new recoil on it and all that kind of stuff. I did drill a little fuel down on the top of the cylinders and put everything back together, so let's see what happens. She runs, eh? All right. Well, I'm gonna put the airbox and everything back on, get the hood back on, exhaust back on, get this thing out of here for now, and we'll be back with another project at some point in time. Got several things I'm planning on doing, so we'll see you after a bit. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends, and comment. I love the comments. So have a great day. We'll talk to you later.